Hello. Welcome to the stream. Well, World of Warcraft showed up immediately. That's crazy. Sometimes it takes a moment. We're gonna have a shorter stream today. Probably about 3 hours or so. Maybe can get to 39 in that time. But we'll see. Because I have stuff to do this afternoon. I had stuff to do this morning, but yeah. We'd jump into it. Get it rolling. We're playing Friend. Started playing Friend yesterday. We got 2 levels. So it's been going alright so far. We are heading to the boat once I can get outside. Bunch more rested experience to get through, and then, you know, by the time we probably get through it, I'm probably logging off and it's going to be the weekend, so I'll have a bunch more rested experience anyway. Which is good, because we've still got 10 levels to go on this character. It's going to take some time. But I'm looking forward to hopefully hitting 40 and, you know, getting that moonkin form. I think I have actually been to Ajara on this character. Perhaps? Yeah, I feel like I would have if I went all that way. Because I did a lot of Ashen Vale that I don't usually do because we have travel form. So I did end up going over here. But yeah, I'm going to start in Dustwillow. Hopefully kill all the Murlocs. Yesterday I went there and there was a level 60 mage carrying a level 38 or so mage. AoE farming and doing it way more efficiently than they normally would because of level 60. So it was very hard to get kills. I think I killed about 6 Murlocs. So I was just like, I'm leaving. I don't even want, it's not worth. So we'll go back there. Hopefully there's no mages. Can get it done. Get out of there. And then head somewhere else. I'm not sure where I want to go after that. We can go to Desolus. We could go to Swamp Sorrows. Badlands is soon. Arathi. There's many options. See that person jump off. Usually what I do too, when I'm swimming out here to get this old bone out there, you know. Usually what I do is run down here and jump off. I think it's much quicker than actually swimming. Unless you're a seal form. But you don't have seal form at that level, so why would you be? But hopefully I'm able to hit 39 today. That'd be very cool. Don't know if I have the time, but it'd be cool. Where will we go? I think if I go finish Water Elemental, like the Elemental Braces, we'd finish that. And then go up to like Arathi and Hillsbrad. Maybe that's the play. That might be the best little bit of experience. I got a pimple that I definitely popped. Right here. Under my facial hair, at least, thankfully. But bit juicy. So hopefully you don't have to see it. but I can feel it. It doesn't feel great. Gross. I hate pimples. Why do I have to get pimples when I'm 37 years old? I feel like those were like a, you know, you're a teenager sort of thing. No, they're an always sort of thing. Probably don't look after my skin enough. That's probably the real reason. Even though it's, you know, it's good enough. without all the extra care. It needs to be better. Alright, let us go over to the other boat. Run, run, run. Did I upgrade herbing? Yes. We are 226, so I'm glad I did because well, it would be 225 if not. We don't want to be one level less. Is there multiple sounds playing again? Let me just reset my audio. No, I think it's just the tiger. Tiger just runs around like a weirdo. Think. It's like there's so many feet. Because there was a Logitech update, software update today. I hate Logitech actually. To the point where I think when I have to like change my mouse, headset, webcam, yada yada, all that stuff, you know. I don't really want to use Logitech anymore because their software, literally every time it updates, you have to reinstall it so it actually works. How bad at updating software do you have to be to make the user have to reinstall it so it will actually work? Like, it won't even open when it updates. It updates and then it just spins. It's like the buffering, you know? So every time there's an update, I've had to reinstall it. I just go to the add remove programs, modify, reinstall that shit, and then it works suddenly. It's like, okay. Why do I have to do that though? You know, you don't need to reinstall World of Warcraft every time there's an update. Imagine. If you got bad internet, you had to reinstall World of Warcraft every update. Holy. Sometimes they do like the reallocation of space. But I think that's a bit different. Just a bit. I wish I had knees. why do night owls not have knees? Weird. No knee night owls. That's what we're gonna start calling them at this point. So I found out something about this town yesterday when I tried to do my shopping online. Because, you know, obviously, when you do shopping online, you get stuff delivered to you. There's only a certain amount of people that can do it. I'm pretty sure in this town there's literally one guy. Because there's only about 4 slots per hour. And they were all booked out. And I'm like, now I'm going to have to go into the store. Annoying. Pretty much the whole day was just taken. And it's a Friday, so probably going to be people in there. It's terrible. But I do have to go shopping today, this afternoon, because I have no food in my house. I can't eat. I ate everything. But usually I'd just do it online, but because I'm living in a small town now, I think I have to do it a little bit earlier than what I usually would. Makes sense. But it's terrible. I'm used to, you know, one day before you can do all the... It's all good, but no, not here. Gotta buy some water before we go running around. I'll probably split this as well. Get a full stack. That is probably the most expensive part of Druid. Or Moonkin, at least. Having to buy water. A lot. Like the mage, you know, you can at least make your own water. Every 5 levels I start buying it again because it's just better. But like 2 stacks of water is 1 gold 60 right now. And you know, that will go up. So it can get quite expensive. Bartender.
Well met.
Buy 1 stack and 1, and then just have the extra. We will drink.
See you around.
But yeah, next water at 45 is 40 silver each. This is 20 silver each, so it's literally double the price. When I hit 45. So it goes from less than 2 gold to, you know, almost 4 gold. It's quite expensive. Thankfully, you make more money when you're higher level, generally, but it does mean that friend always needs a little leeway of money. We can't just send all the gold to other characters like we have other ones. Turtle Beach. Love Turtle Beach. Fond memories of Turtle Beach. Not the headset. just the beach with the turtles. I've never worn a Turtle Beach headset in my life. I don't know if they're good or not. I'm not a real gamer, you know. Drive by buffing and heal. Did he get time to turn around and see me? Who knows? But it was a drive-by. I'll kill a few murlocs here. No shark. If shark, run away. Alright then. Alright then. Damn, this murloc means business. He resisted a root, and then I got the root off, and it immediately failed. Like the heartbeat tick happened instant. Crazy. Please help him. He is under the water. Guess we'll go around the corner and see if there's any mages here today. Yeah, at least I start like in need. It's always a good start of the day, isn't it? Moonfire did resist. A lot of resist today. Not great. They do be resisting a lot. Should stop resisting. I saw a video yesterday of someone getting arrested because they were walking home in the snow. Like, you know, I've always thought as police officers as high school bullies, right? But that just reinforces it. Like, those guys were definitely high school bullies. No reason to even, like, deal with the person. Gets arrested for walking home. Just because it's snowing. I didn't know walking in the snow was illegal. Whoa. I think that might be the biggest starfire that I've had now. 530. It was 529, but let's round up. Big though. No matter what, big. I think I just saw a lizard over there, which means it's probably a mage. Getting hits pretty well. We'll go up into this place and see. Maybe it wasn't a blizzard. Maybe I'm just seeing things and I'm just pretending there's a mage here. Maybe we're going crazy. Maybe there's been mages here every other time that, you know, I just see them in my vision now. Who knows? But so far looks not so bad. Like, maybe I'll actually be able to finish this quickly before any mages show up. We do have a new Wrath, actually. I remember I got a new one yesterday, so that's probably why we're doing a bit more damage now, which is always fun. On top of the 2% extra damage we do every time we level. For one more level at least. Having this bit of extra mana is very good for efficiency though. Like 3 mobs and we have to drink, that's way better than 2. Kill 3 mobs, have a drink. I like that compared to kill 2 mobs, have a drink. But obviously having better gear with more intellect on it is going to make us more efficient when it comes to killing, right? Obviously. I don't need a know-it-all commenter on YouTube to tell me that. Balanced Druid still has problems though. But it is getting a lot better, like I thought it would. Towards, you know, level 40-ish. I always felt like the pain of Druid would be getting to level 40. As balance. After that, I feel like it should, you know, balance out a little bit. I think that's what's happening. At least I hope so. Right, we won't be able to pull 2 of these, so we've got to be careful. We have no mana. They're breaking out of roots so fast today. Oh. That's what I'm talking about. A crit into a crit. Every time we crit. Like, we have 70% chance to avoid interruption on untangling roots from damage, but it feels like they're just breaking out without damage today. Yeah, one more level of 2% damage when we level next, and then we get the Moonkin form itself, which is just 3% crit. You know, I say just 3% crit, but 3% crit is pretty big. Turned my camera enough. I wasn't aggressive enough with the camera turn, so it interrupted me. Make him. I never get to smack them anymore. My two-handed mace is too slow. But yeah, having that extra 3% crit is going to be pretty sick. Not to mention having more armor. Moonkin gets more armor. It's going to be a good time. And then after Moonkin form, I'm gonna go the rest of the points into improve Starfire, reduce cast time, the extra 12% chance to stun, be really strong. Don't need anything else in this tree. Omen of Clarity isn't that good in this version. Really good in Season of Discovery, especially because this is also all damage. In this version, it's physical damage and only procs from melee. Pretty rubbish. Possibly the worst Starfire stun. Because, okay, there is a mage. So there is an AoE farm and mage. There's also an orc rogue. I thought there was one. I thought I did see a blizzard. But, I mean, it's just a mage, not a mage and a level 60 mage, you know? That's why it was so bad yesterday. We haven't got any heads for a while, which... But we'll just get the kills when we get the kills and eventually, hopefully, finish the quest. Thankfully, as a druid, if I somehow manage to get the aggro from the mage, say he's a little territorial, I can at least travel for him. Hello. No, there's a person. Yes, there is. Triple Wrath. 3 Wraths is still cheaper than 2 Wraths and a Moonfire. And Wrath actually does more damage now. It was basically the same amount of damage until I leveled. It was pretty funny. We got 3 heads really fast when we got here, and now it's been very ordinary. See, we need 280 mana to finish this guy. Didn't even finish. Finish him. No, I'll leave him on 1%. Seems good. Mate, you just cleared all that stuff. You can't go back up there. I wonder if that rogue's also just trying to get kills. But he seems to be with the mage. Because he's always around him. I don't know. God ahead. Maybe the rogue's there to kill, like, the little stragglers, so, you know, the mage can get all the kills. Or he's grouped with the mage just so he can get some kills. That is always something you gotta deal with when you're out here. They're just trying to level. You know, they can AoE farm, so they do. I mean, if I wasn't leveling fire on Grocket, I would probably try it as well, just to... Because frost leveling, pretty boring, in my opinion. I've only done it a little bit, but in TBC I leveled as frost. I did level a mage from 1 to 70. Not the same TBC, but it's close. Just the first expansion. And that was pretty boring, I'm gonna be honest. Fire, however, has been excellent. 700 crit fireball into like 300 damage from ignite is amazing. I love it. Numbers go up. It's always one of my favorite things. I actually saw a post on the WoW forums the other day about people being lazy, like being carried through delves, you know. And it just reinforces that no one actually wants to play the video game. They just want to play the numbers go up. Because there's people who are higher eye level than me that were willing to pay, you know, 25,000 gold or whatever to be carried through a delve that they could definitely do themselves. Because it's more convenient for them. You know, they don't need to do any... There's no effort. I feel like if World of Warcraft was just an eye level and you didn't have to do anything, people would still play. It'd be like a mobile game, right? There are mobile games like that. I don't know why people are spending $15+ a month just to play a mobile game if that's all they're doing though. WoW players are strange beasts. 20 years of being beat over the head with one video game being like your addiction though, I guess, does that. I love when I'm moonfire and then I turn the camera really fast and I see a moonfire go off over there. So, well, I didn't do that. Moonfire and everything. It's just a little visual bug. But it's funny. But yeah, I'm always someone that if I don't like playing WoW, then I just am not playing it. It's that simple. Move away from that mage. so hard to kill two mobs if I if I have them both beaten on me though. It interrupts. Nine out of 12. Just need 3 more. I think this mage goes up here, then goes around back there. Yeah. So we can get a few kills over that way. Because of that pathing. He's not just a straight shot. He goes around all the camps, apart from, I guess, this one here. Dislike it when I entangle in roots and then the mob gets out of it immediately. Like, give me at least half a second of entangling roots, yeah. That'd be nice. Another mage there now. Don't know if he's AoEing or he's just killing, but I am almost done with the quest and someone else rocks up. Classic. It's always the way, you're like 1 or 2 potential kills away and then someone else comes along. See if I can get myself an intellect. It. Very good. Please. Bad. One head. That's all we need. Maybe there's 2 mages doing their rotation here now. That guy's here, but hey, at least I got a 15 intellect, you know? That's good. Like, we're not going to be here that long, so we won't get too much use out of it, because we've got to travel a lot, but we'll use it to good effect for now. Nice. Job done. Let's go. Go Henderson. And then... I do have to run all the way back to Pheromore for it, but I guess we will go to that place down there. Cameron Flats. And after that I might hoof to Stormwind. Go back down into STV, do the Water Elementals, Booty Bay, and then up to Arathian Hillsbrad stuff. Be pretty good. We're like a real druid right now. We've got strength, armor, int, mark, fawns. Just need some like agility, battle shout. You know, we can be anything. We're a hybrid. We do whatever we want. So I do have a staff that has plus like 29 nature damage on it. But I'm kind of thinking it's not super worth compared to the intellect aim. Especially because once we hit 40, we're going to put the Dreamweave on, and that's going to give us, you know, 36 spell power for both Arcane and Nature. That's the thing, we only have one Nature spell, we have 2 Arcane spells. If it was a plus Arcane damage staff, maybe I'd think about it a bit more. Like, sure, Wrath is a big thing, but they're all comparable, right? Like, the difference is 7% damage. And it's an early difference. It could be like 2% damage later. So I feel like I do more arcane damage than I do nature damage right now. Just when we get a crit with Starfire. Take the money. Okay, that got us to almost 5 bars into this level. Now we'll run back to Fairmore and then head down to Shimmering Flats. Just so I can hand in this quest, which, you know, we're not gonna be finishing, but it's good to have for later. I do think Fran should have a pretty easy time getting into, let's say, level 41 before we have to struggle with quests again. As in, maybe they're a bit too hard. But honestly, all the way to like 43, 44 should be relatively chill. I think after that we might have to do a little grinding or something. See. But I can also play Fran as free as I want because she isn't like a main character for the Medley, you know. She has herbing, which is helpful for gathering stuff for the rogue to create. But other than that, if this character was to die, I don't lose anything other than, you know, the character and the money. That's not like if I was to die on any of my crafters. So I can play her a little bit more free and aggressive, like I was with Garland. Ellie is the same. And Baumer. Elia, Baumer, Brand, Garland are our 4 non-profession characters. They're a bit free. Obviously I want to keep them alive, but if they died, it's like I don't lose as much. I don't think Frand will be in 40 as fast as Baumer did. But I feel like we should be able to get to like 42, 43 before we hit 3 days played, hopefully. We'll see. Maybe we'll start going fast. I mean, it has been relatively good now. Like we're doing 90 DPS average, you know, today. After getting all this intellect stuff. We're becoming very glass cannon though. That's gonna be the issue. If I do get in a situation where I'm like actually being hit and stuff, like if I go and do the kobold cave in a Rampy. I don't know if I'll do that quest on this character. Cave quests on the Druid always make me feel weird.
How generous.
It just came out of nowhere. Like a gnome in the bushes. I was like, what? Where? At least I'm getting intellect buffs, because I need them. I am actually a boomkin. They're probably seeing my mana now and being like, huh, that ain't no feral. Because last time I was playing, you know, we had about 2,000 mana probably, and it wasn't that great. Like we'd run out of mana fighting our second mob. And it probably looked like I was feral sometimes when I'm just running around. But now with 3,000 mana, they're probably like, feral don't have that much mana. So I am getting some intellect buffs now, which is nice. I'd say about 2.5 more hours is probably how long I can stream today. So let's make the most of it. See if we can get to 39. Or at least close. I don't want to title this VOD Leveling Druid from 38 to 38. Because I title all my VODs like what I did that day, right? Mostly. When I'm playing a like variety game, like when I was playing Mass Effect, I'm just like day 1, day 2, stuff like that. But World of Warcraft a little bit different. I didn't know what to expect when I was playing Mass Effect and all that. Because I like playing the video games blind. That's a big pig. I think that hunter was wearing a dress. Huh. Oh, it happens sometimes, I guess. Like if I found a cloth item of the monkey, pretty good for a hunter. So I would probably wear it. Or of the falcon. Deadly intellect. Pretty good. I do enjoy that they made all the Like, you know, owl, eagle, monkey, falcon. I really enjoy that Blizzard actually did that. Like, it ties the stat to an animal, which is a cool design. It's too bad it didn't continue. Like, I think in TBC, maybe a little bit of Wrath you had some. But after that, I do think there is greens that still drop with names of animals. But there's a lot of them now, like wolf and stuff like that, you know. And who cares about greens in retail anymore, right? No one really notices that they get a new green in an expansion. Like, they'll pick it up and then disenchant it or put it on the auction house. It's like, no one's gonna wear it. Because you'll end up hitting level cap and then replacing it immediately. It's like not
money,
worth.
friend. Keep it real. Hurry back. Glad I could help. Yo, hurry back.
Alright. Earth to Stormwind. Got that quest that we can go and pick up at some point. And buy some water while we're here.
I buy and trade.
That's good, because I need water.
Go with honor, friend.
Gas head. I don't know what that entails. It's interesting though. Oh.
What can I do for you?
For he did Someone's selling a first mate hat. Biss RP hat. Yeah, if you want to be a pirate, it's Biss, but I mean, I wouldn't want to be a pirate as a night elf, it looks stupid. As a gnome, sure, 100%. It's the Biss hat. Gnome pirate? I play an outlaw rogue on retail, right? I have Admiral Dalen's swords. He's a pirate, basically. Jaina's father. Because, you know, outlaw rogue. You're basically a pirate. You got a pistol, stuff like that. Killing Spree is actually firing pistols now instead of all around the room. Can't see. But I wouldn't wear that pirate hat because I'm playing a night elf. Once more, it looks stupid on an elf. I'll probably play a little retail tonight. I haven't played any this week. I gotta do the rest of the story, do LFR, since that's like my content for this patch. Maybe if my friends are doing some Mythic Plus, I'll jump in there. Get some going for the week, do some delves. There's still a bit to do in retail, even if I'm not raiding. So I just set like a day aside and I'm good to go, you know? It's funny because I think the eye level, let's see, I can actually look, it's on Discord. Resource. Yeah. So my raid leader wanted people to be 675 eye level for this raid. And usually, you know, I'm like 5 levels over the required eye level or something. I am 671 right now. So even if I wanted to raid, I would have to do some work. As soon as we stopped raiding last year, I just never really logged in after that. Like, there was a delve bout that you could get. I think that's about it that got added after raiding, but obviously people were still doing Mythic Plus and stuff like that. But I wasn't. I was not playing World of Warcraft. Other than this version. But playing Classic WoW for me is just so different that it doesn't even feel like retail WoW. Like, it's two different games, you know. So playing this isn't even a reason for me to not raid this tier. Just say that I don't really want to have to force myself to log in. But I did watch Echo do a little bit of raiding last night. And, you know, there were people saying that Dimensius is the coolest looking boss fight that I've seen in many years. Like, it looks cool. But I wouldn't say it's like the coolest boss fight I've ever seen in a video game. Not like that. It's cool. Giant boss. Giant arena. Stuff like that. But, you know, there's been cooler bosses that I've done in video games. But I'm looking forward to seeing what it brings on Mythic, definitely. I think if they design a boss fight that's that cool in Heroic, maybe the Mythic one would be super sick and the coolest fight ever. I guess I'll have to wait. They start doing Mythic. Right now, they're only doing Heroic Split. I think today, maybe they'll start. Like, Liquid at least should be in Mythic today, I feel. Maybe not right away, but they looked pretty much almost done with Heroic yesterday. When I flicked on Max's stream for like 10 minutes and then they ended. And then I'm like, well, I'll go watch Eco then. I didn't even get to see anything. But every other boss fight in there just looks like a regular WoW boss fight, I'm gonna be honest. Like, there are a few cool mechanics, like the Nexus King has some cool mechanics. But they're similar to Nexus Princess, which makes sense, they're family. So it's not like anything different. I might actually do the Delve question fight this year. I never have done it. Like, I didn't do the first 2 tiers of it. Because I just didn't care. But because this one is Kaiveza, which is a raid fight from the first tier of this expansion, and she was one of the most fun raid fights that I've done in WoW, actually. It felt like a Final Fantasy battle. And I like that. Just a dance, you know? Mechanics happen at this time. There's a little bit of RNG because it's still WoW. Good job, mate. Killed that crocodile. Absolute Giga Chad. Now hopefully he's not coming over here to kill the elementals. I don't know if these guys are immune to anything. Maybe nature, hopefully not. They're immune to frost. He is coming to kill him. And because he's a 38 rogue with Blade Flurry and enchanted weapons, he'll probably kill a lot faster than I. Feel like if he ain't doing 200 DPS, you know, there's something bad. He did just go toe to toe with the frickin' crocodile and didn't even think about kiting it, so. Yeah. When I did on my rogue, I did a little bit of kiting. This guy's just like, nah, I'm just gonna come up in here and beat its ass. Well, at least we get to utilize a little bit of this intellect buff that we have. This is another reason I might not do the kobold quest though, because after that, there's the quest to kill the elementals and get the keys, right? Wow, a blacksmithing plan that is bind on pickup. That's useless. That might be so rare to get. Wicked Mithril Blade. 225 blacksmithing as well. Well, that'd probably be a good weapon for my rogue. Well, we have Phantom Blade now. It's main hand only. So it wouldn't actually. But the fact that it's a BOP probably means that it's super rare, right? The materials are a bit shit as well. Like it's half the materials of Phantom Blade and it's no Phantom Blade. Just without the aquamarine. It's got the true silver, the mithril bars. Can I get one water elemental bracelet, please? Very handy. I do like when Roots doesn't break. Thank you. When Roots doesn't break and you're just pumping into it, it's awesome. When it does break though, you're a Minecraft villager. Oh, that's rough. We don't have the mana for that. AFK for a moment. Just get mana. Surely done enough. Some person's just like, when buff, can I log back in later or is it imminent? Imminent. Imminent. Like he couldn't spell it, so he just kept typing it different ways. Imminent is a bad word. I understand. Like, I can't spell it most of the time either, especially because it just looks like the same stuff when I'm typing. Typing and writing's quite difficult, as you would expect. I actually, when I was signing the lease for this house, I made a joke because I hadn't really held a pen in my hand for like a year or so, you know. So I'm just like, how do I use one of these again when I picked up the pen? Like Rogue went and killed everything on the island and now nothing left for either of us. Go get the strangle pen. Hopefully he's almost done with his quest though. I'm not. Not even halfway. Just annoying me. When Starfire, your 3-second cast resist. Starfire shouldn't be able to resist. Saying it now. If anything takes over 3 seconds to cast, I'm looking at you, Pyroblast. There should be no chance of resisting. But here we are, you know. It's similar to my thought on Final Fantasy DPS. If anything has like a 1 to 2 minute cooldown before it can be used again, because there are abilities like that in that game, they should just automatically crit. Because they feel bad when they don't. Like if you care about doing good damage and then you use your 1 or 2 minute ability and you don't crit, it's just like, well, time to wait again to see if I get to do more damage. How about that stun? Just at least it missed us. Let him rot out. There's one thing that we can do at least. I think I'll probably get Insect Swarm around level 60 and then have an extra little bit of rot. Had 1337 mana there for a minute. Or do have enough mana to get this off. Just, I think the rogue just finished. Right when I gave him a thorns as well. Perfect timing. I remember doing this quest on Franca, my very first hardcore rogue. I was here questing with a hunter. We were just in a group together. We were like, maybe it was a druid actually. Yeah, I think a druid. Feral druid. I feel like I remember it a hunter because it ran around as a cat. It was a feral druid though, I remember now. And because we had just done the elite crocodile together, right? So we were doing this quest and he finished and I had like 1, maybe 2. I can't fully remember. I haven't watched that video in years, you know. It took me so long. Like I had to wait for him to finish the quest before I even got the drops, really. At least I've got him 4 within the time it took that rogue to finish. Boom. One more. I won't go do Panther Mastery just yet. We'll leave it for when we come back in, you know, the low 40s. Maybe 40. See. We'll see what level we come back. I was hoping to be done, that's why double moonfire. But that's okay. Boo! Apparently Cadbury Australia recalling some chocolate. But then another person is like, as if we aren't eating plastics every day anyway, which is true, you know, pretty much full of microplastics at this point we are as humans. Terrible. I haven't really, because they closed down the factory of Cadbury chocolate over here, I haven't really had any of that for a while. I remember going on a tour of the factory and just getting a bunch of free chocolate though, it was a good time. We're not allowed this final one, aren't they? Don't mind having to grind for drops a little bit though. Full experience. just not as efficient on the balance druid, I'm gonna be honest. You know, we've got to deal with a few issues. It's been so long since there's been a balance druid video on my channel though, it's gonna be interesting. Really? Really, man? Not gonna drop? Arcane Intellect phase. That's not good. Now we have less crit, less mana. It does not wish to drop. I think I'll teleport Moonglade after going to Booty Bay. I feel like there's going to be a quicker way to get to Hillsbrad than, you know, flying. Flying might take some time, considering we are on the complete opposite side of the continent. I think I've been here 10 more minutes after that rogue leaving and gotten one. Can I have a 2? Please. Please and thank. It is kind of interesting playing Druid like this, you know, doing Starfire twice per mob rather than just one. Makes it feel like I'm playing Season of Discovery Druid. Because you would Starfire, get like 2 stacks of Wrath, and then you'd get 2 stacks of Starfire from the Wraths. Stuff like that. Like it was a change in buff. I had to turn the sound of that off though, it was annoying. That's the only sound that I've ever muted in World of Warcraft. Will be in like the sound. Usually I'm just like, yeah, that's fine, you don't hear it that much. But that sound was terrible. Just like this drop. If you're not going to drop the item, at least drop an epic. Make your choice. At least they're water elementals. Yeah, I thought so. Don't want to drop an epic, do you? Cheap bastards. God, I'm glad I only needed one then though. It was starting to drag on. But yeah, we'll head up to Arathi. I think I'm only going to do worth its weight in gold and maybe the quest to kill the ogres afterwards, because I don't really want to go in the kobold cave on the druid. I'm gonna be honest. I've been in the Kobold Cave on either other character. I feel like this one would be the worst to go in there with. Just because I can't use Entangling Roots. Not being able to use Entangling Roots makes this speak terrible. Should be like improved Entangling Roots should increase the damage of Entangling Roots as well. Good change. Don't really use Nature's Grasp. We could use Nature's Grasp instead of Entangling Roots. Like, you know, it's a 1 minute cooldown, so we'd probably use it every 2 mobs. But I like having it sit here just in case I ever pull 2-3 mobs that I can't handle. I'm like, well, I gotta use this.
You need something?
I need.
Be careful.
I was going to buff that hunter, but they started running away. I don't want to run after them. Like, using the vendor first, yeah. I'm going to run after someone to buff them. Oh. Alright, fly down to Booty Bay. And then go up north. To the north. King in the north. Kinda like it's Friday, so it makes sense that I kind of feel exhausted. Sitting here like, still got stuff to do this afternoon. I'm already feeling exhausted. Fridays, right? Mondays are the same because a lot of people start their work week on Monday, so they're like, oh, back to work. But then Friday is just like, finally it's over, but you're just done. Sometimes. That's how I feel right now. And I don't even work a regular job, so I can only imagine how it is with people that are like working in retail and stuff. I think every Friday that rolls around, if you're a retail worker, you're probably like, hell yeah, it's a good day. The only day of the week that you start smiling because you get to go home and not come back for a few days. Unless you work in the weekends, which, you know, a lot of people do. It's still retail after all, weekends still exist. For me, the only work I do on the weekends generally is editing videos. Because I don't really consider that work, even though it is sitting there, you know, watching 10 hours of footage, clipping it all together, all that sort of stuff. But I also do a lot of admin stuff over the weekend for my work. So, you know, get everything prepared for next week, stuff like that. Get the business in order. Make sure my taxes are up to date. All that admin stuff. Because it needs to be done at some point. Just a good thing to do over the weekend. I'm not too busy elsewise. That's why I don't stream over the weekend, because there's still too much stuff to do. I need the days off. And then Monday is generally like the push day. So that's why I won't stream on Monday generally, because if I have a lot of stuff to do, I will just blast it, you know. Sometimes 10, 12 hours a day on Monday. has happened. Wake up early and then get to it. But when F1's on, sometimes it's a bit rough. Because then you watch F1 and then it's like, well, I've got to wake up at a good time still.
You need something? See you around.
Three cheers for Frenched. Or French Red, actually. Frenched. French Red is the name. Reading it as Frenched was pretty funny, though. He was Frenched? What does that even mean? It's like... Sense. Had to get a yawn out there. Hey, it is what it is. Can't be helped. So I was talking about the fact that I hadn't got the bond back from the last place yet a few weeks ago, right? Heard back from the property manager probably like 2 days after that, which was saying that it's all good, the bond will be back. And now apparently it's just sitting there waiting for a signature. And the property manager doesn't know what they're talking about because it's already signed for completely. You know. They've signed for it, I've signed for it. I'm wondering if the landlord from the last place, you know, because I buggered off out of there because he was being an asshole, putting the house on the market, might be having a little bit of a, you know, I'm not gonna give them their bond back, fuck that. If that's the case, well, hello, tribunal. Ain't no one gonna rent that house ever again. Because also the property manager doesn't want to have to rent that house out anymore because he was not happy with the landlord either. So yeah, he might be having a little tantrum, right? So I still haven't got the $2,000 back. That's why I said that I just decided to get a loan from my auntie, because I don't like having $4,000 just sitting out there in the ether, right? Because stuff like this could happen. If you're just down $4,000, a lot of money, honestly. I'm not a millionaire. You know, might need that money. But I'm much happier in this house than I was in the last one anyway. Like, this is a good house.
Traveler, there's opportunity to be had here if you're clever enough.
Alright, up to Dalaran now should be it. Yep. So let's teleport Moonglade. Because we're not going to stand around for half an hour like these bums. We don't care about no world buff. And then I'll fly into Alberdeen, take the boat, and then just fly up to Hillsbred. It'll be much easier. Maybe I should go to Desolus first though. I wonder. Because I think I should be able to do pretty much all of Desolus. Like the stuff that we have left. Now. And I feel like that would get us to 39, and then we could potentially just stay in Arathi and do like the Cove boat quest. I don't know.
Loon be with you.
There's so much potential. No, I think we save Desolus until at least 39. Just to make sure we can actually do it. So I said probably only be a 3-hour stream because I feel like I'm gonna get tired really fast today, and I still need to do like grocery shopping and everything this afternoon, so I'd rather get it done at an earlier time. So then I can just chill out the rest of the night, honestly. Chill out, play some retail WoW. Get some stuff done for the week. Funny when I think about retail and classic WoW now, because I respect people's opinions on not playing a certain version of the game. If, you know, they're either not playing either, or they're playing one version or the other. But if you're playing like Missa Pandaria Classic and you hate retail, you're a bit of a hypocrite. Because it is retail. It's retail without the good things that retail has, you know. But this hippogriff looks sick. I like hippogriff. He's beautiful. Like, I can respect someone that doesn't play retail, but they play, you know, this version of Classic. Or someone that does play retail and they don't play Classic. But if someone's playing Mr. Pandaria talking shit about retail, well, it's like, I'm on to you, buddy. I have seen threads on Reddit and forums. It's just like, and it's always funny when people talk about retail as in it's terrible and bad, but they haven't played it for 10 years. Like, how do you know? Like, right now, retail is actually really good. You know, the War Within is a good expansion. There's good raids, good content. The story's much better than it has ever been. There's like alt friendly gearing and stuff. Finally, when I don't have an alt. Like, they made this expansion to be alt friendly, and it's the first time that I've never really cared about having an alt. So I've only got one character that I actually play. I have a paladin also at max level, but that's only because I flew around mining when null stones were like 5,000 gold each. That was really worth it. I just leveled mining, and I ended up leveling from mining. I made about like 200k just leveling, which was pretty good because there was a week where null stones, you need 2 of them, I think, to do the weekly, which was insane. The fact that that could roll, I don't think it can ever again, but even if it could, they're much cheaper now because you can just buy them from vendors now. But yeah, they were selling out like hotcakes, so I ended up just leveling mining and freaking made tons of money that week. It was only really lasting for a day or 2, but it was enough. I got on it early. That was one of the good things about taking a month off work when the expansion came out. I obviously still worked in that time because I work for myself, but I took a month off like the grand scale of work. I can still work if I'm off. The freedom of self-work, which I don't think I ever want to give up. So hopefully AI don't steal my job, which it probably will. I'm gonna be honest, it's much harder to get work now for me than it has been throughout the last years. Just because AI is getting so much better and it's so much cheaper. Like, I can still do some things that it can't, yeah, but eventually that won't be the case. You know, the art industry, I guess I would put that where the umbrella of graphic designers. Kinda is the first sector to go to AI, I think. All in all. Because it's just the easiest thing to do with it. That's where it all basically started. So yeah, it's rough. But thankfully it's not like the only thing I've ever done in my life. Like, graphic design is a recent thing. I didn't start doing this until, you know, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Before that was photography, which also isn't safe. But you know, there's other things. Sunflower Serenity at level 49, that's crazy. I worry about other people's jobs in AI though. Like, there's some that you could say are safe, but at the same point, like, are they? If we keep developing it as much as we do, is anything actually safe?
Well met.
I'm not so
Safe
sure.
travel.
Sadly, the people that are developing it have a lot more money than us plebs. We are disposable. Another thing that happened in retail WoW today. So with the current season of Delver's Journey, you need to get to rank 2 so you can actually start getting the good gear. They decided to give people just free stuff to get there. It's like, why even put it in the game? Like, you put this in the game and then you just basically speed it up to get there. It's like, Blizzard, you could have just not. Because we didn't have to last season. You could just immediately go in there and get the good gear. But for some reason they wanted to time gate it this time. And then they decided that it's a bad idea to time gate. Duh. But you know, Blizzard and weird decisions is not anything new, is it? So not really that surprising. I guess we can go do noble deaths now while we're here.
Need help? Light bless you. Well met. Go with honor, friend. Be careful. Go with honor, friend.
Take the Dark Council quest as well, just so I can kill some Shadow Mages while we're up there. Get at least a few of them out. Alright, let's head to Dalaran first. Then we'll go to Altric. Then we'll go to Arathi. Hopefully after Arathi we're like pretty close to 39. There's so many Horde players that for whatever reason come and like kill mobs so close to Hills, South Shore. I never did when I played Horde. Like, you don't near get that close to South Shore, you know? There's beers everywhere, man. Look at them all. There's beers all over the place. But usually you're running this way anyway to get to the fields. Go killing. Just kill the beers on the way. But I see so many like mid-level 20s just hanging out outside South Shore on Horde, and I'm like, why? That's so dangerous. You pull a guard, you're fucking dead. 90% of the time. They run fast. They're like double the speed of a natural human. They're like Usain Bolt. Guards have been training to run after people their whole life. Unlike police officers in real life. I don't know what it is. I feel like most police officers these days are not in shape. Like the standards have become way more lax, you know?
Greetings. For the Alliance. Be careful. King's honor, friend. Light bless you.
Alright. That quest for later when we go back down to Broody Bay at about level 40. Or whenever we are back there. So I think current is do these quests up here. Go to Arathi, do a few quests. And then probably go to Desolus after that. That way we should be able to hit 39. Probably in Desolus. I don't think we hit 39 before we get there. And we're halfway through this level, basically. So maybe, you never know. Depends on the RNG. If we hit 39 Desolus, then we can do the all the quests out there. Then probably go to either the Badlands or Swamp Sorrows. 340. Aviety, more than meet the eye. There's a song. I'm trying to think of it right now. Yeah, the one that goes. So when I was playing Warhammer, the character that I'm playing currently, like the legendary lord, he says there is only vengeance, and then every time I hear him say that, I'm like, it's just something silly, but it happens every time. Like there is only vengeance. Yep. We'd be silly sometimes. Just enjoy life, you know. Make silly jokes for myself. Stuff like that. Guy's got Goon in his name. I don't know why people started calling jerking off gooning. Like, I'm not sure it sounds better. I feel like people are just so into trying to make their own words for things that don't need any new words. You know, just silly. Can I get up here without having to go around this? Don't see me, ogre. Oh, he's coming. Run. Hopefully I don't see a dragon today. Don't like seeing the dragon. But as someone who lived in Australia... Stop interrupting. As someone who lived in Australia and they have like... It's cheap, nasty alcohol. You have it in a goon bag, you know? Whenever I hear someone use the word gooning, I'm like, are they talking about the alcohol? Or like they drinking? That's what I first thought when I heard it. No, apparently Gen Z or whatever need to make up their own language, so now it's just making up weird shit. I bet it's not even Gen Z that's making up the language. It's probably some 40-year-old YouTuber, like a Minecraft YouTuber, right? Who's just like saying weird things, and then the young kids start saying it. So they're actually, well, their own language is cringe for them because it's a 40-year-old that made it. I could 100% see that being the case, honestly, because how would it be so widespread otherwise? I 100% am sure that the guy that makes Skibbity Toilet is not someone young. Because they're not that creative. There is actually like plot and story within Skibbity Toilet, which is crazy. 'Cause even though I find it a little bit weird, I did watch it just to see what it was. Like, oh, what is this? I've heard so many, like my niece and nephew have talked about it. I don't know why, it's weird. They literally sell a skibbity toilet as like a child toy. It's literally just a toilet, man. Like, that's how cooked we are as a species. Like, people are buying a literal toilet to play with. You know, houses just have those naturally. You don't need to spend money on it. Go play in the toilet if you want to, you filthy animal. It never stopped us back in the day, did it? Sure, there's a lot of kids out there that probably wipe poo on themselves, honestly. I don't think I ever did, but my sister did. When she was like 1 year old. Just something kids do. We're stupid when we're children. There is a subreddit called Kids Are Stupid. They really are. But adults are also stupid. I wonder if there is a subreddit called Adults Are Stupid. Because there should be. Doesn't matter what age you are, what age bracket. You're probably gonna do something stupid every now and then. I do stupid things all the time. Like play World of Warcraft for 20 years. But I'm not addicted, by the way. Just like playing it. Worried about a certain dragon flying around right now. Want him to roll up on me. See, this is the danger area for the druid because we're fighting in a house now. Definitely gonna pull 2 mobs. And I can't use entangling roots and grayed out immediately. Like, only use outside, even this. That's why I don't really want to do that cave quest for the kobolds. That's a good way to get rid of a mob, though. We didn't even pull the second one. Oh, it's just 2 wizards. I would rather not. I mean, it's easy enough. We can just LOS, but... yeah. I'd rather not. It's like fighting 2 Searing Ghouls. Ain't no one gonna... Someone here. Why is my energy bar still stuck here? Haven't even been in cat form that much. Shadow Mage Wizard. Probably have to fight both at the same time and get lucky. Save. Router far enough away from us to be able to cast the Starfire. Like, wait, I'm a caster. Right, I can just cast. It's kind of crazy when you think about, like, World of Warcraft AI is from 20 years ago at this point, right? Especially this game, this version, 20 years ago at this point. But it's like so good at making choices. Like, it can't interrupt as well as a player. It's probably the only bad thing, is its ability to interrupt casts. But that was like 20 years ago. And now obviously they're rolling out some cool stuff with AI in recent times and all that. But I wonder what they've got that they haven't been showing us. That's the stuff that I'm really scared about when it comes to AI features. Pew pew pew. But video game AI is a little bit different to, like, AI gonna steal your job. Got a friend who really likes playing Diablo free time. There's a new update in Diablo. But I feel like every new update on Diablo, he's getting like more and more sick of it. So every time there's an update, you know, you get a new rage post on Discord or something. Like, just stop playing at that point. I've never thought about Diablo because I've never played it. Like, you can be someone who really liked Diablo 1, Diablo 2, whatever, but doesn't mean you have to like the new games. Like, I love Age of Empires 2. I enjoyed Age of Empires 1. I didn't love Age of Empires 3. I haven't even played Age of Empires 4. You know? Just because you love one game in a series, it's like, you don't need to love all of them. Similar with Warcraft. I actually don't like Warcraft 1 and 2. They play very poorly, especially in today's world. Just the mechanics of it and all are terrible compared to Warcraft 3, but I absolutely adore Warcraft 3. Like, I started playing it again. I haven't played it for a few months because I started playing Warhammer, but I'm sure we'll get back to it eventually. Funny too, because it was right when Apold and I started feeling like we were getting good at Warcraft 3 again. Now, good is very loose. Good as in, you know, we can get 50% win ratio. But then I stopped because I wanted to play lots of Warhammer. And I haven't burnt out of Warhammer yet, so... But I'm sure eventually we'll get back to it. It's fun. But I'm not very good at playing competitive online games these days because I don't really like the competition aspect. Warcraft 3 is pretty much the only one that I don't mind playing. When it comes to PvP in video games, I generally don't dabble in it because it's either very painful because you're getting slammed, or you're slamming someone else and probably making them have a bad time. You know, this is like it's like a bad all round if you're someone that cares about people. That's why when I'm playing Warcraft 3, I just pretend that the other guys are bots, because that way it doesn't make me feel anything towards how they're playing. I don't want to be sitting there shitting on someone just because they're like a new player or something, you know? I'm just like, this is a bot. Sometimes they are actually bots, you can tell though. But Warcraft 3 is great. Grubby actually has a series called Bronze League Heroes, which is really good for learning. Because watching him play and trying to learn the game is difficult because you don't know what the hell's going on at high level play generally. Like, he's trying to explain it best he can, but when he's locked in and he can't really talk, you can tell when he's locked in because he stops talking. And he's like, ah, okay, I can talk now. Like 2 minutes later. So the Bronze League Heroes series is really good because you get to watch other people starting out and making like bad decisions, because obviously if you're someone who's just started the game, or you're someone who's just not that good at RTS, you are going to make bad decisions. There's so many decisions that go into a Warcraft 3 game as well. So watching that when I first came back to the game was so helpful, because I could see what other people were doing badly and I could be like, ah, I could have made that decision because I probably would have been there. So let's make the other decision that would have been better, you know? And sometimes it doesn't work out because sometimes you're playing someone with higher skill and you just can't overcome it. Like, we had a 2v2 match where the people that we matched into were like burrowing their injured crypt fiends individually while also out controlling the units against us. And I'm like, holy shit, this guy's crazy. He's like burrowing his shit when it's low. Like, I can't kill anything. It was insane. And whenever there's a match like that, Apol generally throws in the towel pretty early. He doesn't like getting absolutely smashed. I feel like there's some games where we could have won if he didn't give up as easily, but it's alright. Everyone has their own tolerance of things, you know? But it was fun to like relearn the game with him, because we were basically equal in skill when we first jumped back into it, because it had been 20 years since we played. Because I'm a night elf only kind of guy though, I generally learned what to do quicker. But there's still some things that I suck at, like, you know, Ancient or War Creeping. It's starting the game, I suck at that. I do not know, like, the aggro radius and stuff correctly yet. And that's just something you gotta learn.
Light be with you. Be careful. Light bless you.
But it's a fun game to figure out and learn. I always have enjoyed Warcraft 3 for that. If you ever need a challenging game,
How are you?
Warcraft 3 is definitely provides a challenge throughout the whole, you know, you could be like a godly freaking Platinum League player, whatever the highest is, and you can still get your ass handed to you by someone.
Good day to you. Have a good one.
It did help a lot with decision making back when I was a teenager, you know? Okay, if I do this now, I can do that later and then all that.
Need help? Safe travel.
And it did actually translate a few, like, real world decisions. Because every decision made is also a decision not made. Imagine. I'm not sure we'll hit 39 today, because I only have about another hour. But we'll definitely go and finish that stuff. I don't think I will hit up this just yet. But maybe we'll wrap up a Raffi and then just chill. Check the other characters for the weekly mail, stuff like that. Because I think that should probably bring us to about 3 hours, which is about the amount of time that I have.
Well met. For the Alliance.
For the Alliance. We'll go hand this one in though. Yeah, I'm not going to go into the cave for the Princess Tract quest. I have decided I do not want to go in that cave on the Druid. If I was playing Feral, I would. Be chill. But I am not. But I also wouldn't really be able to kill these that easily because they're immune to nature. And I'd have to get the key afterwards. They do a lot of damage, so I feel like they would actually get... It'd be hard. Hard all round. Wait.
Can I help you? Be
I
careful.
don't know how to say her name, so I just say Quay.
Farewell.
Weird name, dude. Whether we actually kill the courier or not, it's up in the air. It's not that important though, because we do have Dreamweave robe at level 40. There is a good robe from the courier into escort quest, but because I have the Dreamweave robe already, not robe but vest, we don't need it. As soon as we hit 40, we just put that on. We'll have to go in a little cave for a moment here. Maybe the rear is up. The rear that drops that insane headpiece. See him over there. When I got that headpiece on my priest, I was like, holy shit, that might as well be a blue item. You know? So many stats. See him over there either. No rear. Woo! Exactly. Woo! the mob also wanted to get in on that. Just like big crits, man. Don't really need to entangle these guys. They don't have a lot of HP. They're kind of low level mobs. Got double resist there. Clean. Low level mob still resist. There's no like hit chance for Druid. No. I wish there was. I think when we end up going resto, we'll go Imp Mark. And then it's like, maybe we'll just go Nature's Focus for the interruption avoidance. But then Reflection and Insect Swarm definitely pick up, and I think that's all we really need. Go back into balance and grab Horns or something, I don't know. No need to go into the feral tree as a balanced druid. They are not very good talents. And we can these bags quick. So it takes a few kills at least to get the pouches. Maybe the knife will drop first time too. Be nice. That'd be knife. Puns are terrible. I've never been an enjoyer of puns. The puns. Should I go bad lane? I guess 39 is good enough. Oh yeah, I would want to go here before I go back to Desolus actually. Where'd you come from, mate? So I'm thinking we go Swamp Sorrows next. Can I actually kill this totem? 11. Just. I think they have 9 HP or something. My two-handed mace skill is level 25. It's going up. But it's still pretty down there. Alright, once again, caves. We've got to go in here though, we need the knife. That's not a knife. See, I haven't really watched The Crocodile Hunter for a long time. The Crocodile Hunter? Crocodile Dundee. But Crocodile Hunter's different, you know. 07. But that scene's iconic, you know. This guy comes up to him, puts a knife in his face, tells him to give him the money or whatever. And the lady's like, he's got a knife, give it to him. And then the dude's like, that's not a knife. Pulls out a bigger knife. This is a knife. Holy Giga Chad. Otherwise, we're likely to have to fight 2 more. And in cave, I don't want. I do not want. Fight 2 mobs in cave. I did say I would collect wool cloth just in case I can get a wool cloth turn in. I did accidentally sell all the wool cloth that I have so far collected since saying that. Maybe I'll remember to keep this wool. It's a hard thing to remember sometimes. There's so much stuff to remember with the medley. That's why I made a spreadsheet. Hopefully when I do go to Swamp Sorrows and have to do the quest to kill the elementals, we get some Heart of the Wild. Because this character and one more, I think Baumer might have actually done it actually. So this character might be the final one that has to. Otherwise we're going to have to grind some of them when we get Rocket to the point where he can make the circlet. Cast the Starfire in his face. What was that sound from the mask in Crash Bandicoot? It's like Woobaja or whatever. I see that and I'm just like, that's what I think of. I was thinking about buying the Crash Bandicoot trilogy when it was on sale on Steam in the Steam sale, but I don't know if I like Crash Bandicoot that much. Nice. That's a pretty easy to get knife, thankfully. It is a knife. Blue shank on it. Because I only ever played Crash 1, 2, and then my cousin had 3, so I played a little bit of it. But I was never like, it wasn't like Sonic the Hedgehog. I love Sonic the Hedgehog. Crash Bandicoot was just like, okay. Spyro, however, love that game. But I do kind of hate how games from that era, when they're sold now on Steam, because they're usually remasters, they're like $40, $50. I'm like, man, this is a freaking 30-year-old game at this point. I don't want to pay $50 for it. Like, I feel like they're just making people pay that much because of nostalgia. And they know people will. I have self-control, thankfully. Similar to WoW though, right? $27 a month in my case for well, that person's name was Cringe. It's Cringe. For a 20-year-old game. Bit crazy sometimes. For a priest or a mage. Be a warlock, but probably a priest or a mage. A lot of people do die in this area just because of, you know, they come out of that cave. A lot of respawns have happened. And they just get slapped around by trolls. It's cave quests and clay. Basically. I got sick of wrathing them in the face, so I thought I'd go back to doing the old rotation. Which does do more damage. Is there a chest in here, maybe? These guys are still fine because they don't have much HP. Like one wrath is nearly 20%, you know? Crazy. Nice. 2 more tasks. I think this is one of the fastest characters for this quest yet. The final character to do the quest, but it's pretty quick. Still don't know why my energy bar is stuck on. Maybe if I reload UI. It just faded. Just went away. As I typed reload UI, it went away. I'm like, what the? Blizzard. Has it been showing up in combat every time? Because I don't think it has been. Zephyr. Not spelt the way I'd spell it, but reach level 60. I was thinking about maybe calling my Legion Remix character Zephyr. I'm gonna level a Boomkin. And you know, Zephyr is like a warframe that can fly, and it's a bird, so yeah. I've already got Krakata, the mage. Pew pew pew. See? Alright, we'll go hand this quest in, and then we'll get the quest to go to the Ogre Cave, which I will do because I feel like I can. Not that hard of a cave, it's not like I think the Kobold Cave is doable. I just don't really want to. And I know afterwards, the quest after is going to be a bit challenging. If we run out of quests later on and I'm like, man, that one quest would have got me this level. Then, yeah, maybe I'll feel bad about it, but who cares? In this moment, it doesn't matter, so I'm not going to worry about it. I have an inspection next week, actually. I have a bit of bit. So it's the 15th, means it will be the 17th on Sunday. So then 18th, no. So Wednesday next week, I probably won't be streaming. Have my first house inspection after moving in. I had one right before I left the last place. That's when I found out that I got this place. Because my property manager came around to do the inspection. She didn't really do the inspection, we just chatted, honestly.
You need something?
Walked around the house. Didn't really look at it, but it's all good.
Safe travel.
What can I do for you?
And then found out I got this place.
Hi.
So that was like,
See you soon.
you know, 3 weeks before moving into this place. So it just feels like I've had 2 inspections really, like, within a short amount of time, even though it has been some months now. But I'll probably have to mow the lawn sometime soon. Currently don't have a lawnmower though. That's a few $100 extra. Thankfully, like, I liked the big yard in the last place, but thankfully, the only problem with the big yard is I would have had to mow the big yard. Didn't even mow it because by the time I was going to, the landlord was like, I've put the house back on the market. This house has a small yard in the backyard and front yard, so it shouldn't really take that much to do. Maybe like, you know, 5 minutes. Easy. Easy enough. Just need a small lawnmower, honestly. Someone might be in this cave because the mobs are deep, but hey, I'll take the student. Maybe they're not in the cave. Who knows? Gotta love fucking with a mob, and then it stands there for a moment, and he's like, do I cast, or is he gonna do it again? Poor guy. One here so I can root. Yeah, there's respawn. So I don't know, like, someone come in here, or... Oh, questionable. I think any money over 100 gold that we get before 40 is probably heading back to the rogue. You know, it's about time we pay back the rogue for her sacrifices. Mob does walk over. Go in for a little deep. This is where balanced druid becomes terrible when we're actually fighting mobs inside the cave. We cannot use entangling root. There are some people out there that think that's okay. But as I've said before, I've literally lived in a house where tree roots have come up through the bottom of the house. So I don't know why I can't use entangling roots inside. Because it seems like nature doesn't care about that. Thankfully not for some time, but Did live in a house once where the tree roots were coming up through like the sewage system actually, which was terrible. So as you can imagine, that's not that good for that sort of area. There was a poo smell for a moment. That was when I was much younger. Alright, he does have an interrupt that will silence me, and I do not want to be silenced. Get on out of here. That fella? Go this way. How is he so fast? Like I was okay with him getting one swing off on me, but I did not expect the second one. It's like, fast as fuck. Farming the Reptar Hearts. Board quest. We're pretty close to 39. I just think we're a bit out of time to get there. But that's okay. I'll head down to like Duskwood and just log out and prepare to go into Swamp Sorrows next time. Just pick up the quest in Stormwind. Then we can get 39 in Swamp Sorrows next week, and maybe 40. But definitely 40 with all the stuff we have left. I was thinking go to Desolus, but you know, I need to kill Ongeku before going back to Desolus so I can get the extra quest, otherwise it's just a shit show.
What can I do for you? Safe travels.
Here there.
We have enough of those potions now to get rid of those ones, hopefully.
Watch your back.
A lot of silk.
What can I do for you?
Hey, let's fly down
See you
Stormwind.
then.
Yamalan the Prophet. Yamalan. But I think we're in an actual good spot with Friend now to get to 40 with the quests that we got left, which I didn't expect. I thought that I had a lot worse position. So I'm pretty happy about that actually. But I think because we're so close to 39, probably first stream next week we hit 40. It's gonna be awesome. Boom Kinfall. I can't wait, honestly. Even though, like, it's not huge, right? 3% more crit, 360% more armor. It's gonna be cool. The 3% crit is, like I said, nothing to like sniff at though. Like, there's a lot. Just if it gave some spell power as well. Sick. Oh. Man needs stretch. Oh. Man, that felt good. And you just stretch and you stretch out your whole body, you know, everything starts working. It feels a bit like a euphoric feeling. When was the last time? Long time ago. I think it's been nearly 2 months since I've been on those characters. Just so much going on. Maybe when they clear the new heroic raid, I will be like, okay, now that you guys have cleared heroic, should we start playing some hardcore again? No, even just 1 day a week. Because by then I probably would have had a good amount of time to, you know, play Warhammer. I've played almost 400 or so hours of it already. Even though there's still so much more that I want to do in the game. I guess we can put it down for a little bit, you know. Even though the campaign map for me is kind of boring, because I've had many campaigns now, and usually I'm on the same side of the map because I just prefer that side. The battles and the different factions, like how they build and everything, is fun. I have been enjoying the High Elves recently a lot. I played 3 of their faction leaders now. The one I'm currently playing is pretty cool though, because you can ambush. And usually, you know, there's like the AI has 2 or 3 armies stacked together, and then you just ambush one, so you only have to fight one. Like, yeah, get out of here, you bastard. Like, I ambushed the Dark Elf's King, Malekith, twice. Within, like, 1 turn. Like, I routed his army, he ran away, and then I ambushed him again. I'm like, you're not getting away this time, mate. I mean, it's pretty powerful faction that I'm playing right now, but it's been fun. Even though I'm in 3 wars at the moment. Target rich environment, just like Eliphanar would want. So I've got to pick up Mazin's Behest. And I guess we'll get in search of the temple. I don't think I will do it until I go back. Did I pick it up, man? Like, we still need some quest slots, you know. Maybe we'll just leave it. Pick up Mazin's Behest. That's definitely a quest that would like to do during this time. Send off some mail while we're here as well.
Good day to you.
Day to you. Yeah, this staff here, 26 nature spell damage. I don't know if I'll actually use it. I like having the intellect and stam. So then probably won't. We'll go hand in
Safe travels.
silk. Turning. While we're over there. Someone just said, nobody buy these. 50 gold in the auction house. That's stupid as hell. Yeah, but they are low level quest or low level items of the monkey basically. They're really good. But it is stupid as hell.
How are you? See you later. Hey there. Have a good one. See you around.
Go do a silk turning. Because we have a lot of silk and we don't actually need it. If I had an enchanter for the hardcore medley, probably send all the silk to Rocket and just make a bunch of shit
Safe
that I can
travels.
disenchant, you know?
See you later.
But imagine having an enchanter. And then you get to master enchanting and suddenly you can't actually do it because you're locked out of dungeons. Useless. But also it would be so hard to actually enchant because you need to be able to send yourself gear. The way the medley's set up, you can't just do that. You can send items to yourself, but sometimes you won't be, you know, using them for months. So you might have something better before you log into the character. So if I had Enchanter, I'd probably have to change the rules
With you.
completely.
For the Alliance.
But they are my rules, aren't they? So it's not like it would be that big a deal. I forgot. Did I forget? I think I forgot. I need to go back down to Broody Bay to get Dream Dust in this one. Thankfully, Duskwood isn't that far away from Broody Bay. Well, we used all our Ressa experience before the weekend. We're like, I don't know, 10 experience away. Basically, nothing between that. Maybe about 100 experience away. I do see a little bit of grey bar. But that's pretty cool. Now we get to log off and get some more. I think I will be back Monday next week, so I'll only get two levels, not 2 levels, 2 days of Ressa experience. Should be able to be back Monday anyway. Just depends on how the weekend goes. But I definitely plan on spending at least a day worth of weekend editing Rugen's video so I can have a video out next. And then I kind of want to get Francie's done for the week after. I might have to do a little bit more editing throughout the week next week. Because then Friend is probably going to be like a few weeks away. We got to get to 48. Maybe we hit 40 Thursday next week. If it's Monday, that's better. Maybe 41 on Tuesday. No stream Wednesday, so maybe 42 on Thursday and then 43. And then there's like a whole nother week of leveling still. That I don't know if we hit 48, so. Maybe even if I have Francie's video ready a week after Rugen's, I don't put it out. We are getting to that point where sometimes it's better to just have a video every 2 weeks, because otherwise you might be waiting 3 or 4 weeks, you know? That's just the hardcore Medley. But most people watching should understand that that's how leveling in World of Warcraft works when you're leveling multiple different characters. I haven't had anyone complaining about how long it takes videos to come in, at least. Sure, there's some people that probably unsub because of how long it takes videos to come in. But, whatever. To those I say, oh well, there was a 6-month period between Ugro and the hardcore Medley. Was it 6 months or was it like a year? I don't know. I think it was about 9 months. I started the Medley 9 months after Ugro. Because I did variety year, right? Played BG3, Mass Effect, Raria, the Ori games. Just some good all-round games. Depending on how everything goes, I might do another variety year next year.
Keep it real.
Or like Cyberpunk and that sort of thing. Metro. Maybe play some Elder Scrolls.
Need help?
Kind of been craving a little Elder Scrolls lately.
Have a good one.
We'll see. Now let's head back to Duskwood. We're 10,000 experience from leveling. If it was a regular stream
Talk to me.
today, we would definitely hit 39.
Be good.
But I'm just going to fly back to Duskwood and then I'm going to log into the other characters, check their mail and be done for the day. As I said when I started, it'll be about 3 hours. We're 7 minutes from 3 hours. So timing, pretty good. But yeah, if I had maybe, you know, half hour more or something, I could probably get 39, but it's okay. I'll just title this VOD Short Druid Leveling Stream. Short? There's a trailer for Warhammer Total War, and I thought it was a meme. But the high elf said to the dwarf, "No time for short-sighted, yada yada," and the dwarf was just like, "Short? There will be no alliance." But you know, dwarfs take everything that's said to them as a grudge. Even the most mundane thing. I did actually like playing the dwarfs in Warhammer, because I did a dwarf campaign, but they're kind of boring to use in battle because they destroy everything. They got good armor, they got good defense, got good damage. Basically like playing as Khorne, it's kind of boring. No real challenge. I like factions that are a bit weaker. Like, I think the Dark Elves are generally pretty good on my campaigns, but when I play as them, if I fight someone who is like Khorne, who has really strong units, it's always a really hard battle and it's very fun. When I win, it's like, whoa, that was rough. Like a Pyrrhic victory, you know? That's the kind of factions that I like. That's why the elves are fun for me, because they don't have the best front lines, don't generally have the best melee, but got good archers, and I do like a good a good range of amazing archers and okay infantry. With the mods that I'm using. Alright, let's log into these other characters, check their mail for the week. Probably just have a few things. I don't think I've sent too much this week because I haven't really been on any characters, but Lena does have the Phantom Blade. Fun. Oh, I will. Oh, I will. Look at this thing. Compared to our weapon that we have right now, 33 top end damage increase. 10 DPS. And it will be back on sword speed. That's gonna be so fun. Yeah, as you can see, Lena's quite poor. We have not even 9 gold. We're level 43. So, yeah, it's not great. Do I have any space in here? Not enough, really. Might need to get rid of some more zesty clan meat before we're done with brand, but the Phantom Blade is here. Now have it. We just need to get one more level to.
Be good.
On to Elia. I don't think should have any gear actually. I don't remember sending her anything. Elia's just like no mail. Unlucky. Rocket may have a few things. Elemental staff and I don't. True silver bars for the item that we can't make yet, but maybe when we log back in we will be able. We'll see. Broken. To liver. Bits of liver. Problem, Blizzard. Get out. Happy to report people who I feel like are bots. Get them sent to the Shadow Realm.
Glad I could help.
Haven't really been seeing too many bots around lately. I know they're out there, obviously, but because I've been in the sort of higher zones where they don't hang out till we hit 60 again, I haven't really been seeing them too much.
Greetings. Be careful.
And Baumer. They log into Garland to check his mate. Fucking dead. Baumer might need to go to a bank, I would say. Probably be a good time to go to the bank and sort out everything. We don't have a mount yet on Baumer because we logged out as soon as we hit 40.
What's on your mind? Off with you.
So, mountless for now. I don't think that's better. Got a head of the beer. Can't use plate yet because I trained it. Same. Nope, but they are. They aren't, but they are. Got a lot of gear that I will potentially use, but I don't really want to equip it until I'm actually playing character. Won't be using that. He's close to being played. We're almost there. Did I not finish the quest in the Medley? No, I did not. That's alright. We'll get it done. I'm not really looking forward to playing Baumer. I mean, Paladin's pretty boring. I'll be honest. But when I play her, I will have to remember right before we log off here to send the lockboxes to Lena. Because I did make a rule where I can open lockboxes between rounds of the medley. Problem is with that, Lena's lockpicking is not leveled. So steel, I don't think I can do. The iron, I should be able to. Yeah, the steel lockboxes, yeah, they're gonna be a problem. Probably gonna suffer a little bit with Lena's inventory when we first log into her. Which isn't anything new. These. Probably get rid of the little one. We won't put too much in the bank just yet. I just wanted to get here so I could when I need it. But that's gonna be me for today. Like I said, only a short stream today. Nothing I can do about it. I got shit to do this afternoon. So, I will be back hopefully Monday next week. If not, probably Tuesday. But I can't stream Wednesday, so I'm hoping Monday. It just depends on how busy I am going into the week. But I'll try not to make myself too busy. And I think the first day that I stream next week, as long as she survives, we can get Fran to 40. Gonna make me happy because I wanted to at least get the Druid to 40. So anything that happens after that, I don't care. I just want to turn into a Moonkin one time. But I honestly feel like getting to 40 on the Druid is the same as getting to 60 on a Rogue. That's how hard it's been. Obviously less time. But man, it's been excruciating. I'll see you guys when I see you next. Have a good night or day depending on where you are in the world, and have a good weekend. I still find it very weird that Night Elf knees disappear sometimes. Even Franca doesn't have any. It's just strange. I'll see you guys next week sometime. Later. Hopefully you have a nice sunny beautiful weekend. Hopefully I do as well.